Let's go over how I spent my money this week as a 40-something-year-old corporate girlie that would like to retire in 8 years but has no retirement savings, is $95,000 in debt, $85,000 of that is student loan debt, and the rest is in credit card debt. Let's go over everything! Y'all, I had the most amazing, best week ever. My youngest daughter came down to visit from North Carolina. She's no longer a teenager, and I have no more teenagers left. She turned 20, and that was so exciting. We went out to eat for her birthday, and we just did everything that she wanted to do this week. I took her to the beach yesterday so she can get some cute fire pics for Instagram. And we chilled out at the house, at my daughter's house that lives in St. Pete, and yeah, it was a fire week. I took Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off, so I've been off for 5 days. Today is Sunday. I've been kind of just catching up on some cleaning chores and errands I didn't get to do, and mostly relaxing because every single day we were doing stuff. And I was up early so that way I would have a little bit of time to hang out with Scout for the day, and then I was off hanging out with the girls and my grandson. It was the best week ever, though. And I can't believe that I have no more teenagers. And I can't believe that very, 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 very soon my youngest is going to be shipping off to boot camp and joining the Army. And I'm so proud of her, and I hope she's proud of herself too. But it's kind of scary. No one prepares you for when your children are going to grow up and the emotions that you're going to feel. Like, I remember when my children turned like 18, 19, and they started making a lot more decisions on their own. It's like you make all these choices and decisions for them all their life. You're telling them what to do, where to be, how to, all the things. I mean, yeah, they get some autonomy, but not a lot because they're kids. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they have to make all these choices on their own. And it is so scary. So scary. I mean, I trust my children, but it's just like no one tells a parent how scary that feels, but also like how sad it is because your baby is growing up, I went through a lot of emotions when my eldest went through this whole phase, so my youngest going through it, I'm cool. I've dealt with it. Yes, it's my baby, but I've kind of already overcome these emotions once my oldest went through this phase, and I was like, you know what? I will be okay. She will be okay. We will be okay. Okay, before we get into the numbers, you guys know I'm 42 years old. I live in the Tampa Bay area. I'm an empty nester. I now have no more teenagers, only adult children. I have a grandson. He's about 4 months old. I have a French bulldog who I'm obsessed with. I'm sure you guys know that. And paid off my car last year. I make $75,000 a year prior to taxes. If you guys remember, we bought over $629.35 from our last paycheck in November to bring it over because now we are starting to contribute $200 a paycheck. That's $400 a month to our high yield savings account. We bumped it up from $60 a month, which is $30 a paycheck, to $400 a month, which is $200 a paycheck. So now I'm bringing home less money to spend, and I want to try to bring money over from my last of the month paycheck over to the first of the month because I have my rent and all kinds of stuff like dog food, and there's always something that pops up like the vet visit for Scout. Sorry, I can't talk. So I brought over $629.35. I'm bringing home after tax and after my $200 a paycheck contribution to my high yield savings account. I bring home $1,953.18. I was able to earn $14.27 off my Amazon storefront. Thank you to whoever bought stuff. So I brought home $2,596.80 total to spend for this first half of December. I already spent $2,157.51 last week. We went over that for groceries, gas, rent, Scout stuff, the cell phone bill, all that stuff. So I was left with $439.29 to budget for this next week and to spend. And let's see if I was able to stay within that $439.29. I spent $121.03 on groceries. Excuse me. I spent $76.58 on gas. I had to fill up my gas tank quite a bit because I was the chauffeur for the week, which was fine. So I got gas last weekend, which was in last week's weekly spend for this week that I had to fill up midweek, and then I just filled up yesterday for this coming week. So that's why I have so much money spent in gas this month, which I don't always, but I do end up chauffeuring my daughter around when I go and just visit her in St. Pete. So I knew I was going to be the chauffeur this week when my daughter came into town. I spent $15.90 in miscellaneous. $1.99 of that is my Apple storage payment that I make every month. And then I went out to eat and I spent $13.91 getting a burger and fries at a local restaurant last night because your girl was slap wore out. I was tired. I cannot hang with these teeny bopper young adult children that I have. They can go and do and go and do on little sleep. Your girl is tired. I used today to chill out because I was tired. I was exhausted. So in total, I spent $213.51. So yay me, yay me, yay me. Because now I am left with $225.78. I don't think I told y'all. I know we're taking a break. I have something else to chat about. But I don't think I told y'all that I was almost on the Tamron Hall show. Like a few weeks ago. And I keep meaning to tell y'all. And then it keeps slipping my mind. The producer sent me a link to one of my YouTube videos and was like, hey, we want to chat with you about this video and see if you want to be on the show, basically. And I emailed them back like, sure, do we want to set up a Zoom? And then they never replied to my response. So I don't know if they decided to go in a different direction or I was supposed to be so eager that I would pick up the phone and call the number that was in the email. I think there was a number. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. But I sussed it out. It was legitimately from one of the producers at the Tamron Hall show. I did all the research. That was crazy and exciting for like a second because I thought I was going to be on the Tamron Hall show. Okay, now that we chatted about that, we have something else to chat about. Because remember, I told y'all that we were going to start contributing to the high yield savings account and then putting the little bit of money on the credit cards, but we're going to still try to figure out how to pay them off before the 0% interest credit card period ended. Well, someone was so smart and left me a comment on one of my last videos telling me that I should build out an amortization schedule for my credit cards. Because if you remember, if you've been here for a minute, I had two credit cards. I had a Discover credit card with about $6,500 on that, but the interest rate was crazy. It was 25% almost. So I decided months ago, about 8 months ago or so, that I was going to move that over to a City Simplicity card where I was going to get 21 months of 0% interest. I've been putting $600 a month for a while on that. I've gotten the balance down to $2,400 even. And since the balance was so low, I was like, okay, I feel confident enough that if I move my other credit card over to a 0% credit card, that we can pay both of them off and be done with the credit cards for now. Like, the only time I want to go back to using credit cards is for like points, rewards, pay off the bill before the end of the month, all that situation. I do not want to be where I'm at now, paying off debt. So now that we moved our Truist credit card, which had an interest rate of about 10% and a balance of about $6,400, we moved that over to a Citi double cash credit card. And I built out these amortization schedules, which I will put on the screen right here. But I was like, okay, how are we going to pay both of these off? Because I have about 15 months left on my Citi Simplicity card. Out of the 21 months, I have about 15 months left. And then I have my 18 months on my Citi Double Cash credit card that I just opened. And now, I don't know if the 18-month period starts in December, because I just did that in the bill, or like the statement hasn't dropped, so I can't be for certain, or if it starts in January. But I went ahead and started both of these in December. We are going to make a payment this month, next pay period. On Friday, we'll make our payment to our 2 credit cards and start paying them off the way I have them presented on this amortization schedule. I'm so excited. So in order to pay off my Citi Simplicity card with a $2,400 balance, we need to make a monthly payment of $160 even to pay this off within the next 15 months, which would make it by February 2026. And then for my Citi Double Cash credit card, I have a balance of $6,426.24. And we need to make a monthly payment of $357.01 in order to pay that off. And that will pay off by May 2026. I do plan on, maybe fiddling with these amortization schedules and looking through each month, picking out the months that I will have like an extra paycheck and putting more money towards these credit cards, because I do want to pay them off before 2026. That's the goal. I'm also going to put like my YouTube money on it next year, stuff like that. Like, there's going to be more payments, but this is just the bare bones of like a minimum payment and what that looks like. And I might build out another amortization schedule that goes into like, what if I put all my YouTube money for the first 6 months of the year on it, plus, all my extra paychecks for the entire year. Like, what does that look like, and where will we be, kind of thing. Like an what if amortization schedule scenario. But that means we need to make a payment of $517.01 each month until February 2026, and then the rest will be $357.01 to the rest of the months in 2026 till May, in order to pay off this other credit card that I just brought over. I was a little scared when I built this out, realized how much my monthly payment needed to be in order to pay these off before the 0% interest credit card period left. I went out, I was a little stressed because I was like, dang, I just started setting up my high yield savings account to put $400 a month away, which is $200 each paycheck. And I was like, can I like challenge myself to continue to put that amount of money away plus pay these off? And honestly, I think I can, because before I moved over my Truist credit card just now, I was paying about $115, $120 for my minimum payment over there, and then I was putting $600 on my Citi Simplicity card to bring the balance down. So all in all, I was putting about $700 on credit card payments a month, which is crazy, and I feel blessed that I can do that. Plus, I was spending some of my YouTube money on that as well, so I was actually paying more than $700 a month sometimes on my credit cards. So with the $517 that we have to put on the credit cards every month, plus the $400, we're only $200 extra than what we were just putting on our credit cards. So I think we can do it. I do want to see how it works out for the first couple months. And we will know how that works out this month because we're going to make this $517 payment next pay period. Plus, we already had $200 come out from our first paycheck this month into our high yield savings account. And when we get paid on Friday, $200 is coming out. So we're testing the theory this month. We're going to see if we can put $900 away to credit cards and high yield savings account and still make being able to get groceries, get gas, pay out all of our other bills and make it work. I want to be diligent because this is something that I've really been wanting to do. I've really been wanting to build a high yield savings account. I've really been wanting to pay off my debt, my credit card debt. So we're going to try it. I'm a little stressed. I haven't been in this scenario to be able to do this. I feel really blessed that I'm able to do this. I feel like it's taken me months to mentally prepare myself to kind of bare bones it for the next 12 months or at least the next 6 months and see how we can make everything shake, rattle, and roll and make this happen. I don't know, y'all. I'm really excited about this and I'm really excited about challenging myself. And I do believe as long as I'm pretty strict about not spending a bunch of money extra, that I can probably make this work. And we won't need to cut back on the high yield savings account or cut back on these credit card payments. I'm just really excited. I'm so blessed. I can't wait to see what happens. And we're going to check in every paycheck, seeing how I'm feeling about all of this, because that's a lot of money that's out the door that we don't have to spend for monthly expenses. So I don't know how tight it's going to be, but we're going to see how it works. And we're going to be checking in. We're going to be checking in about the credit card balances and how it's going and all of those things. I'm really excited to see my credit card balances decrease and decrease and decrease and decrease. And now that I built these amortization schedules out, I'm kind of hype. I'm really hype. And I'm so excited that someone commented that because I was literally going to wing it. How I've done everything in my life, which is probably why I'm in this scenario with a lot of credit card debt because I winged life so far. Done everything by the seat of my pants, kind of scenario. So I'm really excited about this because it's a concrete plan, and as long as nothing crazy happens and I can stick to the plan of saving and paying on the credit card debt, then we're going to be so much better by the end of 2025. I'm blessed. I think we've gone over everything. And we will go over the high yield savings account when we get paid because we need to go over what our balance is. And we will go over our credit card payments and all of that. I'm so blessed. I love y'all and I will see y'all next week. Mwah. Bye.